Alright, B-By-40 doing another doors video, and I wanted to go back through the back door here because they said that, after a certain amount of time they're going to make it a little bit more difficult. I didn't actually notice it being more difficult, but you do get a new badge, something different than what you got the first time you went through. So I wanted to go through and just, get this new badge, just add it to my collection there. And the other thing I want to do is get the, at the end, collect the potion. But you need 100 coins to get that potion, so I'm stopping. If you just want to get through this, I don't recommend stopping and opening any doors, any drawers at all, and look for anything, because you're on a timer here. You have to beat the clock. And if you don't get the switches, the time switches, we add more time, you just can't do this. You have to be, you have to get a run where you're lucky enough to get more switches. Because otherwise you just, forget it. You're not going to make it through. So in this particular time I did make it through, and then I do a full run through regular doors, which I crop and cut a lot of it out because I don't want to take up too much time there for people to have to watch through 40 minutes of going through doors. It does take a long time to get through the regular doors now. And I just show some of the highlights. I show running from Seek, getting through the library, and Halt, how to get past these particular entities inside the regular doors game. And also show you how to successfully get through the end of the game, get through the greenhouse in the dark. And at the very end, I do end up getting this potion bottle. I call it the potion. I'm not sure what it's called. But you get these bottles, the small ones that you can get out of the drawers. But there's also a large one that you get at the very end of the game that you can buy for 100 coins. I was talking about why I'm stopping and looking for coins until I get 100. Opening some drawers along the way here. But you can actually put that potion in the rift at the end. I've done it before, and what I found is when you come back into the game, you can pull that potion back out. I had actually put in, if you have both, if you have a small potion and a large potion, it'll only keep one. You could put both in, but when you put the second one in, it'll get rid of the first one and you'll just lose it. So I just kept the large potion and put that in the rift in this end of this run here. But when I tried it before, I actually put the small ones. I had 2 small ones left over, put into the rift, and when I got it at the beginning of the next game, I used one during the game, which was fine, but in the second one I kept to the end. I tried to put it in the rift a second time and it wouldn't let me. I couldn't put the potion back in again. So I ended up having to lose that potion at the end of the game. But if you want to see that, you can just skip to the end of the video and you see how you can put the potion into the rift. And what's interesting about it is that you can also put, like I put my flashlight and the potion, you can put both into the rift. And when you put the potion in, you end up with a yellow colored rift, same color as the bottle. And it makes a different sound than the regular rift does when you put your flashlight in. It's got a different tone to it, which you'll notice at the end of the video. So I just thought that was interesting things I wanted to record here in the video. I didn't know if anybody else had done this or noticed this or made, actually tried to put the potion in the rift to see what happens, but you can do it and you can get it back. But it's only good for one more game and it'll just, just lose it. You can't put it in the rift a second time. Like I could take my flashlight. I did the same thing in this game. You'll see when I complete this and I get into the regular doors, I will grab my flashlight from the rift and I'll use it through the game, and at the end of the game I just put it back in the rift again so I can use it again in my next time I go in and play if I want to. But the potion, you can't do that. You can only put it in the rift one time and then it disappears after that. You can't put it back in. You're just going to lose it. Yeah, keep turning around as you're running through this, the back room. Keep looking behind you because most of the switches you'll see, so there's a small bottle. Most of the switches you will come across that you need to get through this game because of the time limit. Most of them will be behind you on the wall After you come into the room, just look behind you on the wall, and a lot of times you'll see one there. Now in this case, I managed to find one. You go through the hallway with multiple doors on the sides. There's a switch there. I gotta find a key. Sometimes you'll find them in a side room. You have to look in the side rooms too to see if there's one there. Now, Blitz is the name of this character that keeps coming. He's green when he's coming through, and he's red when he comes back. You gotta watch out when he turns red. It means he's coming back after you. You don't want to hop out of the locker too soon. Find another key. There's another entity. If you open a door, the wrong door, and it might suck you out. It's called a vacuum. A lot of times I don't, if I get to the point where I just run out of time, and I forget the name of the other entity, I think what was it? I was on the tip of my tongue. He shows up when you run out of time and you can't find another switch, and he'll kill you after about, I guess gives you about 10-15 seconds to find another switch. He shows up here, I just can't remember what he's called. He just shows up when you're out of time. I think I ran into him one time in this run. I'll have to see here shortly. Sometimes you know he's coming because you hear the music in the background changes. It gets a little more intense. I now have over 100 coins, so I'm good to buy the bottle. Get the potion bottle. I did manage to get enough switches though to get me through this game, which was good. And sometimes, on rare occasions, Blitz will actually come back twice. He'll trick you the second time if you're not careful. So down to door 4. Pretty much got this in the bag right now, so need some nice short rooms to make sure. So there's one more, and what I gotta do, I gotta run underneath this building, which takes forever. And there's that eyes entity in the middle there. They got their own version of eyes in this game here. If you look him in the eyes, he hits you just like the eyes in regular doors. So I got the big bottle now. I'm going to hold on to that, and I'm just going to look around here and see what else I can collect in any drawers. I might have a couple extra coins I can take with me into the next regular doors game. And I'm going to put this bottle at the very end of the game. I'm going to put it into the rift. I'm going to hold on to it through the game. One last look. Time to go start the regular doors game. Which is kind of neat the way they do this. So there's the badge all the way around. Yeah, you got time. Escape the back door. Yes, I've got time. And so I got the other new badge. So I got 2 badges from that. When it first came out, I got a badge. I forget what it's called, a different badge. And now we got this one. So they made a neat portal when you come through this way into doors. Door 0000. You come through a little teleporter portal here. It's pretty cool. You can hear the ringing in the background. That's my flashlight that's in the rift. And they did introduce some new paintings with the latest update, if you ever decide to stop and check them out. So I try to grab my flashlight, but I can't do it because I'm holding the key. For some reason, holding the key prevents you from pulling anything out of the rift. So I have to go unlock the door first. Then I can grab my flashlight. Now I no longer have the key. I can grab my flashlight and I can use it in the game. And next time I go in, I'll see my flashlight and I will see the potion, which will be glowing yellow instead of white. White and blue, it glows yellow. So I'm just skipping ahead. I'm going to show you Seek. I'm just going to give quick discussions again on how to get past these entities. If you're having trouble with them in the game, the Seek, all I do is when you go through the doors, you know, this first section you have to crouch under the furniture. They eliminated that from the second one. They had put it in briefly for a little while. You had to go into the furniture in the second time you went from Seek, but it didn't have to do that anymore. It's back to the old way. But when you go through a door and you got to find the next door, what I do is I just look to the left first. If I see the door on the left, I just run left. If I don't see it on the left, I just run right. So it's a very easy way to figure out which way to go. So just look to the left, there's the door, just run that way. Instead of looking both ways, it just takes a lot more effort to look both ways, figure out which one's the right one. I just looked one. I didn't see the door on the left, so I just ran right, and there it was. Just makes it a little easier. So I'm just going to take you right to the library with figure. The library, there is a big difference in library you got to be careful of. Is that figure can now jump over the railing. Before, you used to be able to kind of mess with figure. You can go up to the railing. If you up on the top section, you can stand up and run him out up there, and figure would come rushing over, and he wouldn't be able to get you because the railing stopped him. That don't work no more. If you go messing around near the railing, figure will jump right over it and kill you. It had to happen a couple times. I wasn't expecting that at all. It just really caught me off guard. So again, what I do here in library is I listen for the books. Turn your volume up. I recommend turn your volume up as high as you can stand it, and as high as it'll go, and just listen for the books ringing. They make a ringing sound, just like keys in a drawer. You can, as you're walking around, as I walk around or crouch around, I just listen. And if I hear ringing, then I'll start looking for the book nearby. I know it's close by if I hear the ringing sound. If he goes behind that bookshelf, I could stand up and run. He's far enough away he can't hear me. Hear the ringing? It's on the other side, though. What I don't like is I can't open these drawers anymore. For some reason, that desk has been closed. Usually, in the past, if there was drawers there, you could open them up and get whatever's inside. But now they made it so that you can't even open those. That one particular desk right there in that corner is locked now, I guess. You can't get in that desk there on the left. See that desk over there on the left, those 3 drawers? That spot right there, for some reason, doesn't work anymore. So Rush was Figure was a little closer than I thought he was that time, so he sounded like he was going to come after me. I had to back away. Now he's on the other side. I can stand up a little bit. I can grab these last books here. And this corner here has proven to be pretty safe so far. The only one time I've been killed in this corner is when another player was in here and he was not sitting still, and Figure jumped over and killed us both. I can hear a book ringing on the other side. I'm going to grab that one. So that's the last 2. I've got all 8 books now. So now you just do the combination. You look at the paper that you get off the desk, and the symbol matches a number. So the first number is a diamond. That's a number 1. The second's a square. It's a number 8. So that's how you figure out the code. Once you have it figured out, just put it into the combination lock here on the door. Now if you click your left mouse button, numbers go up. Right mouse button, numbers go down. So that one actually took me a while to figure out that I can use both buttons on my mouse to make the combination go different directions. So here I was lucky enough. I already had a flashlight, didn't need to buy that. I had enough coins that I could get the other 3 items on here. So I got the skeleton key, the cross, and a lighter. Saying hi to El Goblino. So I felt bad, so I gave him the last 20 I had in coins I donated. So I'm going to pop ahead now to the next seek. The second time you see him, like I said, you don't have to run under the furniture anymore. There was a short time where they had that. Both times you go in, you had to run under the furniture, but now the second time is just back to normal. You have to go through, I think, 5 or 6 doors in a row. Then you hit the same ending with the fire. You have to run around. So again, just look to your left. If you don't see the door, you go right. The door was there, so no door. If it's not on the right, just go all the way around. It has to be all the way around. Look to the left, no door, go right. Look to the left, no door, go right, just go around. So again, look to your left. There it is, right there. So there is 6. 6 doors you're going to go through on the end here. I just found that to be much easier to just concentrate and look in one direction. If I don't see the door I'm looking for, I just run the other way. Now from here, since we're close to the end, I'm going to show you the rest of this run through doors here. And next thing I'm going to run into is going to be halt. And you know when halt's coming, you see all the flashing? There's just a lot of flashing. That's when you know halt's coming, especially if you don't even hear rush or ambush coming. You know you have halt coming up. Now a lot of times I do, instead of messing with halt, he is more difficult now than he was in the past. He comes quicker, doesn't give you as much time to walk backwards. If you've been in there a little while trying to work your way through. And I started taking hits walking backwards. You may actually have to turn around instead of just walking backwards, but I'm going to use my vitamins instead of using my cross this time. Cover a lot of the distance first with my vitamins. You just walk backwards. When you see that flash, looks like a G in the middle. It's actually a turnaround. It's just a curved arrow. It's not a letter G. Just saying you're supposed to turn around. And it's like, well, I never used to actually have to turn around. You just walk backwards. It's usually good enough. But he keeps getting closer and closer now, because when you walk backwards, you don't walk as fast as you do when you walk forward. So he kind of closes the gap on you quicker. So I managed to make it through that one without having to use my cross on him or turn around. So we're up to door 84. I'm going to see, I think, Rush one more time. Yeah, here comes Rush. And when you get toward the end of the game, you don't have as much time in the locker, so you got to time it a little better. You can't hop in right away. You have to wait till Rush gets close and then jump in the locker. And otherwise, Hyde might kick you out. Oh, battery. So I'm using my cross because one time I was in a dark room like this, and Rush came again, like back to back. After he came the first time, room goes dark. I went and opened up another door into another dark room, and Rush came. He came right away. One door right after the other. So I got my cross out just in case he pulls another fast one on me. Just turning around, make sure he's not coming. And I've even had times where I got out here in the open outdoors, and Rush would come, and so sometimes I'll just run over here to the side and wait. Make sure Rush isn't going to come while I'm out here in the open. If you stand this far away, you'll be safe. And if you want to do this, if you play with other players, you can sit here and wait while the other players go through the greenhouse, and they'll bring out Rush, and you can watch a Rush go by you. You'll go right down that center and turn the whole outside dark. Now it seems Rush usually comes here. If this is door 90, which I think it will be. Yeah. A lot of times he comes at door 92, and then door 95, and then door 97. He'll come 3 times in the greenhouse. So what I do is I don't want to take my time. Maybe I'm just a little overcautious here in the greenhouse, but I just take my time and watch and wait each time I open a door. I'll give it enough time to see if Rush is going to come. And my damn candle wouldn't work. I don't know why. It's happened to me before. As my candle simply would not work at all in the greenhouse. It didn't work at all after I got to this point. It just stopped working. So I like to use my lighter while I have it. Now just open door 91. We're going to sit and watch, see if Rush comes. I think he does come this time. You see him. Here he comes. He's coming up the hallway. So that's the first time. And I've actually had him come back to back before too. When he comes through and he opens another door, it just triggers another Rush to come. So you got to be careful with every door that opens. Since that door was already open and Rush didn't come, I knew it was safe to go to the next door. And always check for a locker, especially before you go into another room. See if there's a locker on the side of the door. Because sometimes when you go through the door, there won't be any locker. There'll be a different arrangement. And you have to go back to the previous room and stand by that locker and wait. So that's the second time Rush came. I think that was door 94. Oh, that's 94. That was door 93. He came in 91 and 93. So this is 94. Do 95, see if Rush comes. Sit and wait for a little bit, see if he shows up. I'm going to cross out just in case he surprises me. Which I've had happen too. So I waited long enough. It don't look like he's going to come. So my lighter's just about dead, so I don't have to use my flashlight the rest of the way because my candle isn't working. Yeah, I waited long enough. It's safe to go on to the next door. Yeah, lighter's dead. Got a candle, still not working. So you see there was no, I opened that door and there was no locker on the inside. So I had to run back to the other locker in the previous room and wait and see if Rush is going to come. So far it seems like he's not coming. Not this door. So it looks like it'll be safe to go on to the next one. Plus the other thing, if you wait, you can see how the doors light up. Gives you a lot more light. You find your way through the rooms. So I'm just standing by another locker just in case. I put my flashlight back out so I can find my way the rest of the way through the room. Nope, don't want to use my potion. Candle's still not working. No Rush is coming. So this is 97. This is where Rush is actually going to come. And we do have lockers here, so I'm going to stay by this locker and wait for Rush to go by for the third time. There he comes. Now he doesn't open door 98, which is interesting. All the other doors he does open when he hits them. So once you hit 98, you're safe. You don't have to worry about Rush anymore. 98, 99, you're good to go. You made it. So now it's just a matter of getting past Figure, collecting all the circuit breakers, and putting them in the breaker box. So what I'd like to do, if I have lockpicks, is I'll go open the door first with a lockpick. You know, in older versions of this doors, you couldn't do that. You had to go find the key. But now the lockpick works. So I can open the door, and what I do is I just, when Figure comes down, and I start running, I just run into that room. Because when you get to the door, just crouch and go into the room, and Figure gets lost, can't find you. So I just run in there and crouch, and just go in here. And pretty much every time, Figure would just run into that wall and get stuck sometimes. So now we gotta find the 10 circuit breakers. And just like the those doors in the greenhouse, if you wait long enough, the circuit breakers will glow. The bright blue, the guiding light will show you where they are. It takes about a minute. So here's the rift. First thing I'm going to do is put my flashlight in here. Now I'm going to take out my bottle, and I'm going to put that in there too. You can put both in. You notice the different sound. And the bottle, for some reason, showed up on the floor. I don't understand that. But then it just disappeared. As I was walking around, it just vanished. But it's in the rift. And I can actually pull both of these out of the rift next time I play, if I want to. And they have different ease. See, that one's horizontal, that one's like a triangle. So I could actually pull it back out if I want to. It's got a different color and a different sound, which is kind of neat. Anyway, time to go finish the game. I'm going to go find the circuit breakers. I'm going to look upstairs first. There could be as many as 3 upstairs sometimes. This time there was only 1 up here that I managed to find up here. The other 9 were downstairs in figures area. So I got 1. There's no others here. I go down and collect the other 9. So I got to figure out where figure is. See which direction I have to go that'll be safe. He's way over there on the other side. So since he's over there on the other side of those walls, I can actually stand up and run around this side over here. So I'm going to try this. There's 3 rooms to check out, plus the hallways. These breakers could be out in the hallways sometimes. So this room here didn't have any. I was surprised it was empty. No breakers in this particular room. So I got to wait to figure out where figure is now. He's coming from the left there. I mean from the right. He's going to go right up the hall in front of me. I'm just going to follow behind him. You can see one of the breakers is already starting to glow out there. There's a breaker out there on that shelf in the hallway. That's glowing blue. So I'm just going to follow figure up the hallway here and grab that breaker and go into the next room in the middle. There's 1 down. This room here had 3, I believe. 1, 2, 3. So that gives me 5 now. I got 5 more and they're all in the other room. So the figure just walked past again. I can make it to the other room now. There's 5 of them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 more on the shelf there. I gotta wait till figure goes by and make sure it's safe. Looks like he's continuing around to the right, so I'm just going to follow behind him. Now to get back to the breaker box, now they have all the circuit breakers. And put them all in and do the puzzle. So the puzzle is not too bad. The first 2 are kind of slow. You just, whatever number has a higher pitch beeping sound, and the little box on top, if it lights up and you hear the higher beep, you have to trip that breaker number. So you see the little box on top is kind of empty. So it's 1, 7, 4, 3, 8. So that's the first one. You have to do this 3 times. Got a 4, 2, 1, 5. Last one's 3. So the last one I just got lucky and just guessed the last number because they don't show you the last one. So it's 6, 7, 3, 4, 5. And 1 more, I just flipped number 9, just for the heck of it. It turned out to be the right one. So now what I like to do, since I have my cross, I like to use my cross on figure at the end here. I don't save it for the next game usually, I just like using it on figure. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill him, it just holds him for about 10 seconds. My candle's still not working. Sometimes it looks like he comes right into the elevator with me. Anyway, I just wanted to show this, what you could do with that potion. And you can do the back room again and get another badge. And save that potion and put it in a rift at the end. It's kind of neat to hear the new sound and see the new colors when you put the potion in there. You can put it in with any other item, like a flashlight or lockpicks or vitamins, whatever you got left over, you can stick in there with the potion. Anyway, I hope you liked the little video. Appreciate you checking it out. I did the retro one also. Finally made it through that. I noticed they changed it where you have to go into the modifiers, and you can pick any one of these different options, different rooms to go into from the modifiers, I believe. Anyway, thanks for checking it out. Appreciate it. And catch me in the next one. Bye.